Hey guys, it's been practically 3 weeks since Hello Magazine reported that Ben Affleck and his ex-wife Jennifer Garner were seen in a quote-unquote intimate moment, and the internet is still talking. What's up with this sweet embrace that happened between Jennifer Garner and J-Lo's husband, Ben Affleck? Is it enough to drive a wedge between the couple or cause a split? That's anyone's guess. We do know J-Lo is famous for many marriages and sudden splits. A-Rod's head is probably still spinning from J-Lo breaking off their engagement in what appears to have been a sudden twist of events. Back to the subject at hand, though. Fans can't decide if exes Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner were too cozy for comfort, or people are reading too much into what could very well be a platonic embrace between co-parents. Or what if the Bennifer romance has run its course and Ben is reverting back to a familiar and supportive place he's known for over a decade? Just what if? That's what we're about to try and figure out. Welcome to True Lies Scandals. We have the scoop as we have been tracking this story and subsequent developments, like reports that Ben and J-Lo were seen arguing in their car while driving around LA last week. Is this a sign their marriage is on the rocks? So much to talk about. So let's jump right in, starting with the main event. Ben and his ex-wife Jennifer Garner went viral, guys, after a video and photo reportedly obtained by Backgrid Spies came public showing the two exes in what some called a quote-unquote sweet embrace. Let's rewind that. Ben and his ex-wife? What? Seen in a moment of sweet embrace? A particular news outlet even coined it an intimate moment. Wait, what? The video shows Jennifer Garner giving her ex-husband Ben a hug from the back seat of the car, in his car, and then he leaned his head backwards towards his former wife. This happened on September 15th. The two were smiling and appeared comfortable in each other's company. Ben then drove his ex-wife back to her vehicle. Page 6 says this: at one point, the Justice League star was seen leaning toward his ex-wife's shoulder before she exited the car. One Twitter user was quick to post saying, "Somebody check on Jennifer. She's going to hate this." Another person tweeted, "Oh, Jennifer Lopez isn't going to like this one." You think? Ain't no woman like another woman getting too close to her man, ex-wife or not, co-parent or not, and especially not in public like that. Point blank, period. J-Lo fans are very upset. Some are calling the ex-wife Jennifer Garner a home wrecker. In fact, OK Magazine straight up published an article with this headline: Jennifer Garner accused of being a home wrecker after sharing intimate moment with ex Ben Affleck. This is not co-parenting. Instead of killing rumors that they might be rekindling their romance, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner were seen out approximately 2 weeks after the intimate moment in Ben's car. But Page 6 had it to say, they continue to prove they're the friendliest of exes. The overly friendly exes were photographed again, this time having a conversation in Santa Monica on September 27, just over a week after they were spotted sharing an intimate moment in Ben's car. Shortly after meeting up on September 27, Ms. Garner hopped into Ben's car and they drove off to an unknown destination. Okay, we ain't gonna read anything else into that. Based on exclusive photos obtained by Backgrid, the couple were by themselves and this time with none of their children. None of their children were seen in the car. The next thing we know, photos surfaced the same weekend showing Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck in their car on September 30th in what appeared to be a heated discussion. Some news sources said the couple was arguing, and there are speculations that the argument had to do with what happened between Ben and his ex-wife 2 weeks earlier. Now, of course, this is just a random speculation. We're not in the car. They weren't in the car. Couples have tense discussions all the time. They have disagreements. They argue. That's normal in a relationship, in a marriage. However, the couple's tense moments coming off of the heels of the quote-unquote intimate moment between Ben and his ex-wife in Ben's car could be the reason for J-Lo's clenched jaws seen here in this photo. Is J-Lo unhappy and ready to kick Ben to the curb? Don't get me wrong, I love both J-Lo and Jennifer Garner. I'm not taking sides, but to me, exes have to know their place. They have to know their place, and your husband or significant other has to maintain boundaries to prevent situations like this from happening. Or if you're a guy, your wife, okay? Men are territorial, far more than women, okay? But the same thing apply whether you're a guy or a woman. Even if it's an innocent moment, things can easily get taken out of context, especially for celebrities who are always under the radar, being watched by the paparazzis, and more recently, the infamous back grid. Again, though, these are just speculations, and by that I mean speculations that J-Lo and Ben were arguing over Garner. We don't know if that's the case. News outlets are always looking for a story or linking things that have nothing to do with anything. Rumoring a possible split between Ben and Jen is stretching it, don't you think? For what it's worth, the supposed car argument between Ben and J-Lo happened 2 weeks after her husband was cozied up with his ex-wife. The very next day after the story about Ben and Garner went viral, J-Lo and Ben were seen shopping at a flea market. The recently wedded couple appeared all happy and smiling and in love, and as if nothing happened. Some news sources made it a point to let us know J-Lo even grabbed Ben's ass. Like, what does that have to do with anything, okay? As She Knows puts it, J-Lo and her husband were seen looking like two lovebirds at the famous Melrose Trading Post flea market in Los Angeles. The loving photos of the couple, wrapped arm in arm and attached at the hip, are sweet. Well, that facade didn't last too long, did it now? I think the flea market run, along with the heavy public display of affection, was a PR stunt to do damage control. You guys know how these celebrities go out of their way to maintain a certain image when the public gets blindsided with a bombshell story that does not fit the narrative they're selling us. Look, no matter how okay Jennifer Lopez is with Ben and Garner's relationship as co-parents, no matter how comfortable she is with that, no matter how much she supports them, she's human. She's a woman. No matter how secure a person she is, she's bound to feel jealous, even a tiny bit, or she'll feel some type of way. Come on, my ladies, am I wrong? Wouldn't you still have concerns if you hear or see something that could be interpreted as too close for comfort between your partner and their ex? Okay then. Here's the thing. There are rumors that J-Lo is just trying to put on a face to make the public believe that she's unbothered by the reports and the photos and the video taken by Backgrid exposing Ben and Garner in that so-called intimate moment. Perhaps this is nothing Perhaps this is nothing more than an innocent moment between exes who are now focused on co-parenting. Perhaps people are reading too much into this story. Or maybe this is a sign of a developing bombshell story. Are we witnessing the making of a love triangle or a brewing split between JLo and Ben? Is their marriage on the rocks? This over-friendliness between Ben and Garner is too close to comfort. I can't wait to hear your views on this down in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button to know the moment I post future videos. Regardless of how Jennifer Lopez appears unbothered by this, there are speculations that maybe, just maybe, her marriage has run its course. These rumors have been ongoing right after their marriage, long before photos of Ben and Garner looking too friendly appeared. Okay? But get this, there is even an article by She Knows where it is suggested that JLo is actually responsible for the closeness that we're witnessing between Ben and Garner. The report suggested that she's been supportive of their co-parenting relationship and is even comfortable with the close bond they share. In fact, JLo complimented the former couple's co-parenting relationship while speaking to Vogue last year. The Marry Me actress was quoted as saying Ben and his ex-wife Garner work well together. An insider source told the Daily Mail in essence that there is nothing untoward happening. There is nothing for her to be worried about because she's aware of their closeness, their bond, their relationship as co-parents, and that everything is pretty okay. Let's hope this is so. It is public knowledge that Ben and Garner maintained an amicable relationship after their split in 2015 and their divorce in 2018 after 10 years of marriage. As they should. They have children together and are co-parenting. Ben and Garner divorced amid rumors that he cheated on her. Whether this is true or not, whether it's a scandal, the pair decided they would make a conscious effort to have a civil relationship for the sake of co-parenting their children successfully. This is commendable, as we have seen too many times how divorce and breakups lead to bad blood between parents and their children tend to suffer as a result. But I still gotta ask you this big fat question. Is this co-parenting gone too far? Let's keep in mind that Garner is reportedly in a happy relationship with her boyfriend, John Miller. Let's also keep in mind that Ben and Garner were in the car along with their 14-year-old daughter. Needless to say, the photo taken of Ben and Garner is a bit too cozy for comfort, and it caused quite a stir. If you have an ex-spouse or someone you once loved, you may understand that the familiarity never really goes away. However, regardless of how familiar two people are, there is a line that should never, ever be crossed in the future when one or both of them have moved on or are in a full-blown relationship or marriage. What about their daughter being in the car? Does that kill the scandal? Do you think that Ben and his ex-wife were so irresponsible, or could be so irresponsible, to have intimate moments while in the car along with their 14-year-old daughter? The fact that they were, or any of their children, the fact that they were in public and the daughter was in the car tells me they were not trying to be intimate at all. That's a strong term for a situation like this. These two adults co-parent and meet up often to spend time together with their children. Rightfully so. But are they crossing the line here? I will check for your comments below in the comment section. I'm sure you have some interesting views and I cannot wait to hear them. Hit the subscribe button below to know the moment I post more videos. Give the video a thumbs up if you dig it and share it on your social media. Thank you for watching. Until then, be kind to yourself, be safe, and I hope to meet up with you again right here next time for another episode of True Lies Scandals.